Okay, I'm going to try to do a couple of quick videos in a row. First one's going to be about chairs, second one will be about tables, and they are more in line with this being a party rental channel. But there's still some just good general small business advice in this video, so stick around. So when I first started renting tables and chairs, when I was still doing the arcade buzz, I didn't have a lot of money, and I bought the cheapest chairs that I could find. And that was a mistake, and I'll tell you why. Because I bought those black metal folding chairs. Sometimes they're tan, but I bought the black ones that every church, school, Lions Club, PTA, whatever has. And there's a few things good about them, and there's a few things wrong with them. Well, actually, there's only two good things about them. They're cheap and they're strong. But they have a very limited rental market. It is only people who just, their number one concern about renting things is, are they cheap? That's your only clientele. The things wrong with them are a whole lot more. There is, they don't stack. They're hard to store. They get scratched very easily, and they are uncomfortable. And people will not rent them for weddings, and mostly won't rent them for baby showers. So I got up to about, I don't know, 25 to 30 of those. And I'd been watching a couple of groups on Facebook that talk about party rentals. And I'd also been watching here on YouTube guys that do party and event rentals, specifically Adam the tent guy, and came to the conclusion that I needed to get what the type of chair that most people in this industry use. They are white plastic, the chairs that have white plastic seats and backs and metal frames. They stack together very neatly, they nest together really well, and they are kind of the industry standard. You can stack them about 50 high before they get too unwieldy to move around. So I got those, and I had to go through a couple of models first because I didn't realize, first of all, that there's different manufacturers, and some of them don't quite stack together well with other brands, and some of them have a deeper texture pattern on the plastic seat and back, and they're harder to keep really clean, really nice looking, like you want for weddings, that kind of thing. So the first one I bought was too hard to keep clean. The second one I bought, I didn't read the fine print well enough, and it didn't really have high enough of a weight rating. I mean, they were fine just for people to sit on, but if you had, you know, Uncle Joe who is 6'5" and weighs 300 pounds and is drunk at the wedding, slams down onto it, it breaks it. Over a year's time, I lost about 6 of those chairs. So I tried a third time, and I got the brand that I use now. They're fairly easy to clean. They've got a good weight rating. I've never had one broken. My customers are very happy with them, and in fact, they're to this day my number one rental when it comes to chairs. And after about 3 months of having the black metal ones, I got so frustrated with them that I sold all of them. They just weren't worth the effort. So I built up to where I had about, I think 150-ish of the white ones, and they were doing really good but they're very hard to keep clean. Excuse me. Just because, white shows everything. It's white, you don't put white carpet in your living room if you have kids, that sort of thing. You can vacuum every day and it's still going to show every tiny little speck of dirt that they track in. Same thing with these chairs. So I bought the exact same chairs from the same manufacturer, only I bought black, and I built up to where I had about 100 of them, and I've kept growing both colors of chairs. So now I've got a little over 200 of the white ones and about 180 of the black ones. And I charge more for the white ones because they're harder to clean. And I really want to discourage people from renting them for their backyard birthday party for a 12-year-old and save them for weddings, so I charge more. And I've learned a few things from these chair rentals. Number one, whatever business you're in, the more research you do, the better. It's going to save you from making mistakes. If I'd done a little more research, it could have saved me a little time and trouble. Two, don't ever buy the cheapest. You don't have to buy the most expensive, but when you buy the cheapest, you're going to pay for it. Like I did with those metal chairs that were such a pain. If you're a mechanic, you don't have to buy Snap-on, but don't buy the socket set from the dollar store that was made in China. Somewhere in between. And I've now gone up, and I've got a third type of chair. It's white resin chairs with a padded seat, and I charge even more for those because I really, really only want people to rent those. And as soon as they came in, they started renting because they're that popular and people are willing to pay more for that particular chair. And I'm probably actually going to raise the price again. Which brings me to another point. Charge what you're worth. Charge what your services, your products are worth. You can be a little bit below your competition in order to get business, but don't go a lot below. Those white chairs, the resin padded chairs, I charge more for them, not only because I can, because people rent them for weddings and they're willing to pay more for them, but also because they're a whole lot more expensive and they're thicker, so I can't store as many of them in the same amount of space, take up more room in my warehouse, so I need to charge more for them. But going back to my last video a little bit, again, when you see something isn't working, don't be afraid to pivot, to change your strategy, to go back and try something else rather than keep pushing forward with something that isn't working. So that's kind of what I've learned about chairs in this business is, the three types of chairs that I carry now are really good, but I had to learn what I wanted, why I wanted it, where to get it from, what to look for, and that sort of thing. So do your research, buy the right equipment, and price it accordingly. Keep working on your business. I'll see you next time.